everybody, it's Steven as Keeper Fast Triple Threes, and welcome back to Danganronpa's Trigger Happy Havoc. Well, from last time in the class trial, I prefer Byakuya, they trying to get the identity of the serial killer Genocide Jack was none other than Toko because we recently know for sure that she have a split personalities. She can switch sides, when she somehow faint, then her personality's been changed. It does that we not know if it's Genocide Jack. They have this strange tongue a little bit, but for some reason for sure, it's quite impossible that Genocide Jack is not the killer, because it's something to do about a comparison how it was from the police case files and right now what Chihiro is dead, because they somehow to do because clearly it's impossible she never do something like that. She only used her own scissors, trying to suspend it, but the only suspended that happened to Chihiro is the extension cord. It's not just a rope. She would never do that, but she only used scissors. And also she were bloodlust on it, but she could do that as well. And the only concern is that the Genocide Jack cannot kill any girls because she was a girl, but she only kills boys. Why? Why you want to kill many boys since you want? This is the stupidest thing of all. So we will not for sure. The Byakuya is we've been pinned down for because he's the one who read all those case files many times. So that means that he must be the one who trying to mess with the crime scene. I get the feeling he didn't kill Chihiro because there's no way he would do that. All he did was trying to remake the crime scene to make everyone think that Genocide Jack did it. So that's one thing. So let's see how far it takes. It's gonna be another non-stop debate I presume. So let's just get things started. New element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Okay, there's more then. Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. Oh, this is another thing. If you aim at the weak spot and hold down the left mouse, really? I have no idea what that means. Ah, dang it. Is it Pulp X thing? Stupid controllers! It's really sucks that they're doing all this. I make controllers using their PS4 controllers, but it's not so much USB port on it. It's really hard to do. Then you memorize the weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. Okay, if I only one single shot, then that's how it is. If you shoot or change the truth cylinder, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. Okay, I don't need to change it then. However, you can use this flashlight feature as many times as you want. There's so many things. If you don't seem to have an answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you just have to use the key with you. In this case though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Are you serious? Okay, which one did I have to do? I'm gonna come up with number 2. So I'm supposed to hold it?
So, you said Byakuya was acting
What's that?
Weird.
Supposed to like this? Ah, there it goes.
Weird.
Okay, that's how you do it.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
you wish you'd taken me with you?
Okay. Here Bianca commented about Chihiro being the girl. There's a contradiction. But this doesn't make sense. How could we have known before we even found it? Okay, I need to make that contradiction. Okay. I got this one. Okay, I think I got the before we found the body.
Was Chihiro who was...
There it goes. That's how you work. I had to hold triangle. That's good to know.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that, because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Oh! Isn't it?
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Look at him! He's like he's strong, he's never even like feel surprised or anything. He might be hiding something.
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
I ain't been treated like me like a father. I mean, you just been talking nonsense. I mean, you're the one that you're trying to involve with this case and anything. But don't tell me what to do.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it.
What is it?
We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents.
All the kills and the genders.
The truth you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
No, I don't think you're not the culprit. The difference between this case and other Genocide Jack murders? The evidence that proved Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be? Do I have to do that on the flashback one? Library desk lamp. Is this it?
The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Okay.
But Chihiro was suspended here. It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
No, it's a stinger
There
coin.
must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I've never seen that rope before in my life.
No. You do.
No, that's wrong.
It's not the rope. You have the extension cord because you've been in the library the entire time.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because you see, that rope, or should I say,
The extension cord?
that extension cord?
Ha! I got it.
An extension cord?
Well, you didn't even have a look over the plug in it? Jeez!
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time?
And also, in the library, there's no extension cord there. Which is not even plugged
Went
in.
missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
Well, he might be the one who's tampered with the crime scene, but he's not the one who killed Chihiro.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
Yes, you might be dead. No, you can't! Because Chihiro was in the girls' locker room. Byakuya is a guy. You can't get in the girls' locker room.
I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it.
Well, Paulie, how do you get into the girls' locker room, Byakuya? Unless the door has been open. It would have been leash it just to activate the Gatling gun. That's one thing.
Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm. Totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved? Wait,
What's wrong?
What?
I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
hold on! Don't jump to the conclusion yet.
You don't disagree with not disagreeing.
Kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
I mean, sure, if it's about a game, but no, it's not.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Sure. Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
No, there's still more. We got lots to talk about.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath.
Well, you can't dress up with Genocide Jack, so...
What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro body was definitely found in the girl's locker room, but does that mean... Can we just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. The scene of the crime?
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
You're not thinking that Chihiro's killed the boys' locker room, isn't it?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Oh, calm you down. You may be very disappointed as well.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
What if the room been switched?
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Oh, now he's swinging. He knows he didn't know.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? Yeah, you did. You just like saying something strange like you didn't know. The story's done move to the crime scene. Byakuya, who've been so confident up until now. Maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey! Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto.
Jeez, calm down.
If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Do we have to know about the carpet stains and posters or anything? And it shows the murder took place somewhere else. It has something to do with the switch between the boys and girls' locker room. Is it this one?
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Proof is some posters?
Yeah, in the girls' locker room there's like a weird hot sexy lady. And the other in the boys' locker room there's a poster of the boys' band.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Stranger, you said boobs, so dang it, I just said it.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Because that's something stupid and inappropriate.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Good Genocide Jack! Calm you down.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had
A boys' band?
a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
Yep.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
But not just any posters, the carpet as well.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms.
The carpet?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Yep. Yeah, you spilled one of the coffees on the carpet.
Protein coffee? While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
Well, it didn't scrub away for no reason. Well, I saw in the boys' locker room, there's some stain on it. No, it's not the stain he was scrubbed away. It was Moo. Yes. Which one is it? This one.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Yep, that means so all the locker rooms have been switched.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
So, I guess that whoever switched the locker rooms has to be the killer. And Byakuya is not the one who switched the locker room. so he's out of the lead. Especially Genocide Jack because she's a girl and she's not the one to switch it. So only one person who killed in the boys' locker room.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of
Hey, now.
the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Everyone thinks that Chihiro is a girl.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device.
And otherwise, you can't get in.
Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Is it?
I highly doubt that.
I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
If you could have said that it took someone else's, you can't. That just prohibited from rules. Is he right? Could you really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Make your argument. The broken e-handbook. Is there only one, or I had to do?
Really possible?
Got to flashback.
Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
I got it!
What?
She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Yes.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think that's it.
What is it?
She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What the?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, it's not.
No, it's wrong.
One of the handbooks have been broken. The only have is Leon's, right?
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because the handbooks are broken. Hey, we don't know why.
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
Really?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Yeah, you can't loan someone else's.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Wait, so you're saying you can still borrow from that person's handbook? That you'll be okay, but you can't steal someone else's who are alive.
Hit the nail square on the noggin.
God dang it!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
And the only handbook is a guy's is Leon, because the one who got killed is called two girls, Sayaka and Junko.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
No, she can't. If you plan to hack it, they'll just get it broken.
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
Really?
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
No, I'm not wrong.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Hold on a minute! Taka! What? Is that it? Then... Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya is the one who did it. Really? Still, I don't know what else I can do. Oh, perhaps Kyoko might be up to it.
Hold on a second.
I knew it! I knew Kyoko's gotta do but bring out to this point.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you got to say?
Well, she's been quiet all this time. Unless she mustn't know it.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
What, are we having a recess for the class trials?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Why not just do a snack break?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting?
Huh?
Well, alright then. I declare an official class trial recess.
I knew it was about we could do a recess.
For
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to check the bodies again, aren't we?
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Are we doing it? Go back to the bodies? So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial has been put on hold. We head out with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was back to the girls' locker room. Yeah, do we have to check the bodies again?
The girls' locker room?
Okay, I know any of the boys is anyway.
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want us to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Well, duh, obviously. We don't have any plan to try and tamper with it. I mean, we gotta need some clues, otherwise we'll be in zero dead.
No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
Jeez, you for me.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Oh my gosh. Why be so scared? Just because of being a girl doesn't mean you have to be scared of anything.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
What's up with your hero?
Very well. I'll do it.
Alright then.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
Hey, who says you?
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Of course, she's a tough one.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
No, not doing something inappropriate. We're here to examine. Genocide Jack.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began quietly examining her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Please don't look underneath the skirt.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
Oh, did she find out? Oh my gosh, Sakura! Did you figure it out?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Did you know what Chihiro looked like? Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
Ah! Shite! Chihiro was actually a boy the entire time, not a girl. So that must be Chihiro's secret, right? Because of Monokuma's motive. That must be reason, right? That Chihiro's only interested with guys because he's a... Well, he was a guy. I think the reason why he not going into the girls' locker room.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he.
What?
Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Why are you not freaking out already? You know you're surprised at anything if Chihiro's a guy! Thank you! Finally! Oh, he filmed you as a funny guy.
You're joking, right?
No! It's not!
I wouldn't joke about this.
It's really true?
Yes, everything is true.
Chihiro was a guy?
Explain why there was like the poster and the carpets was switched because that was for the boys' locker room. So whoever it was in the boys' locker room killed it. But one problem, how did it get to the girls' locker room exactly?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Of course, Monokuma, you already knew about that already. Well, from the very start, I was said. But you know everything because of the motive.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, no, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Well, too sad. If someone's going to kill, you'll snooze, you lose.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Yep.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Now we know.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. That had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
So basically, Chihiro was a guy. I'm going to say he from now on, can go to the boys' locker room. But one problem, how or who got into the girls' locker room or put in Chihiro's dead body exactly? That's one problem.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
You're swinging it because you don't even know.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So the handbook is like the true identity then.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
But still, who would move the girls' locker room exactly?
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Well, of course, you can still borrow it from someone who's there, so...
Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
Yep.
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but... yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd.
Well, you're swinging because you don't even know.
I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
No, you didn't.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Why are you still calm?
He's off in his own little world.
So basically we're back to square one then.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well,
No.
without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Yep.
But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
Well, yes, true. But he's the one who been reading all the case files. So he's the one who trying to temper the crimes, but he's not the one who killed Chihiro.
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Yes.
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but...
What?
it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct, for the time being.
Wait, are you saying I'm right? You're not the killer?
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit.
Oh, thank God.
I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Why?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
He's not gonna do some swearing curse or anything.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
Jeez!
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
You're just trying to get to Genocide Jack, aren't you?
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
We told you we didn't!
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
We need to keep going.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Well, that got quick.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Well, we have to, otherwise we'll be dead!
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
We're not playing some hide and seek anyway! But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who will Chihiro? But one thing we can't be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to real medicine, which means the killer is a guy.
A guy!
Since the current setting was a boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Neo handbook is apparently broken, the killer will have to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But there's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Okay then, so what should we do exactly? So let's count. Okay.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
I don't know.
Clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
No one did.
Someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Well, Celeste
Yeah.
might be.
All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Is it this one?
It's over.
Dang it.
It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
Chihiro!
No! Not game over!
Stop it! No, as a matter of fact, there is an eyewitness encounter regarding Chihiro. She has more information about that. Put the Hina one.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us?
Is this one? Nope.
All we need right now is
This
any
one?
kind of new info.
Nope.
Want to know who saw the victim? The killer.
No. There it goes. So that's the only one who saw it. Dang it! It took a while to figure it out!
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Well, of course. What do you expect? She only saw Chihiro before the murder happened.
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Well, now's the time to tell us now.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Excuse me?
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
Yep.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
Yep.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
What's that? Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry.
To exercise?
But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaku was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
That's true.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
If they would have found out, then it would be screwed up.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much, enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
The marvel of friendship!
So if Chihiro's going to the boys' locker room and one of the other boys inside the boys' locker room attack, he will be very surprised then.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Can you?
Huh?
Or can I?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Wait. Don't tell me.
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of.
What?
Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that?
What, you want to know who was the one waiting for him?
You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
The double back and the...
You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
If we have some kind of like the equipment, that would be interesting.
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
Oh, of course, they're high schoolers. Jeez, is there any like ultimate policeman around here?
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
You mean talk everything out?
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse.
And jacket?
All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from.
Is there?
Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Someone's really hard to believe. Yeah, really hard to believe. So I'm gonna save at this point for now on. This took a very long time to do it, so I think we're getting close. So we now know what Chihiro's gender is. She was actually he the entire time. I mean, I can't believe it. Like, why? Like, how the heck this happened? I mean, I love Chihiro, but I didn't expect to be kind of a guy like that. But still like Chihiro's a lot. I mean, he is a great programmer and everything. But we might be very close to get to the end of it. Hopefully we might know who the killer is. So we're just gonna stick around for the next way because we'll take a while to do so. So anyway, that's been your shit for Danganronpa's Trigger Happy Havoc. If you like this video, hit the like button to line them up. If you want to see my videos, or check out the other videos, subscribe. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Later!